Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, and today I'm doing something slightly different. I've got a product to review. Now I was sent this by Derek Spear Designs, and they make custom game controls for flight sims, racing simulators, and they produce custom handmade control boards. And today I'm taking a look at the DSD Vector. The Vector is equipped with 7 switches, 8 buttons and 4 dials. All of them are fully mappable within games. The construction is very sturdy and appears to be 3D printed on the upright sections. The top has a really nice brushed finish to it, and overall the build quality is really high. There are 4 mounting holes on the back, so you could attach this to a stand or your desk. In order to connect the Vector to your PC, you do require a Type A to Type B USB cable, but they're pretty common and easy to find. So once you've got it connected, it's very easy to get it up and running. It literally is as simple as mapping the buttons in your favourite game. I am actually giving the Vector away, so please keep tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you how to enter that competition, and it will be taking place during my charity live stream. But it's time to see the Vector in action, and we'll be testing it out with some Elite Dangerous gameplay. So the first thing we're going to do is bind some controls for the Vector. So at the moment everything is assigned to my HOTAS, keyboard and mouse. So we're going to go in and we're going to have a look at some things. Now, possibly looking at it, it's going to be some miscellaneous stuff, I think, such as going to Super Cruise and Hyperspace. So we're going to bind Hyperspace first of all. That's that one bound. You can see it comes up here as Joy 31. We're also going to bind Super Cruise, and Super Cruise we are going to bind here. So also we can have a look at doing some other bits and bobs. Now Flight Assist can probably stay where it is, so can Engine Boost. Anything that you want to have directly there in your hand, probably not so much, but obviously you're limited on what you can do with your different controls. We've got your HOTAS at the moment. So such things as like deploy hardpoints, so we can definitely rebind that. So we're going to bind that to one of the switches, and I think we are most likely to take our hands off of the actual throttle, so we're going to bind that there, and obviously that's going to put them away as well. That's going to be a toggle. Cooling, so deploying heat sinks is going to be a really good one, because at the moment obviously it's bound to the keyboard. It'd be nice to be able to not have to look at the keyboard and worry about it, so we're going to have deploy heat sinks, and we've bound that one to that one there. Ship lights, again, that would be a pretty good one to have, and I think we will bind to here. Obviously I'm not going to remember any of these when it comes to actually playing, but we will see how it goes. Cargo scoop would be another fantastic one to bind. And also landing gear as well would be a pretty good one. That's going to free up some buttons, so we will start off with those ones, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're off, and landing gear's been bound, so we'll pull the landing gear back up. Immediately I've taken my hand off of the stick instead of the throttle, but that's classic. Okay, so take us up to 90 degrees, and now we're going to engage Super Cruise. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there are also some keys that would probably be worth looking at binding as well. If I had more time to play around with and experiment, then I could definitely look at the different contextual tabs and maybe bind these. These would be pretty handy, so we can go through and look at those types of things. Okay, let's plot ourselves a hyperspace jump and we can get ourselves underway. Now we'll just go one system over. And as you remember, we bound it to this key. There we go, so destination is obscured. That's fine. So just get around the planet and we will have ourselves a hyperspace jump. So yeah, very, very happy with the way it's got a very good tactile feedback. The buttons are very solid and the construction itself is fantastic. It looks to me to be 3D printed, and it's got that lovely brushed finish on the top. Okay, now we're going to cook ourselves a little bit in the star to start off with, and then we're going to deploy ourselves our heat sinks, if we can remember what we've bound them to. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves a little bit toasty, getting nice and close into this star, and we're going to drop out Super Cruise. We'll have ourselves an emergency drop in, and as you see, it's going to start to get a little bit warm, around 62 or 60. Let's drop in. So we're going to deploy a heatsink. And there we go, so all the way down to 0 on the heat. You can see the frost mark starting to come in there, and then we're going to get ourselves back out again. And that should give us enough time to get away from the star and not have to worry about heat anymore. Now obviously if you were flying a fully fitted combat ship, you could also bind shield cell banks. That would be pretty handy to apply to the Vector, as well as there's some other bits and bobs you could definitely rebind as well, and that could be anything from, I said, your cargo scoop, landing gear, all that kind of stuff. For me, definitely that would be enough. Something we're going to try out now is going to try out to see what we can do with these dials here. Okay, so as you can see here with the Galaxy camera, zoom in and zoom out, we've decided to give this a go. So it does come up as buttons, so we do it that way, and that assigns Joy 16, and then we have here, assigns Joy 15. So apply that. Okay, and let's get ourselves into the Galaxy map. So, zoom in, we can zoom out. Well, there we have it, the first product review on Commander Plater's channel. So tell me what you think. Is this something you'd be interested in? There's a huge variety of different designs available on Derek Spear Designs' website. So the link for the website is going to be in the description of the video. So do go over there and check them out. As I said, they're all custom made, and Derek is a great guy, and he makes all of these things, designs them. He's a gamer himself, so do go check it out and give him some support. As I said, I'm giving the DSD Vector away, and that will be taking place during my charity live stream. In order to be in with a chance to win, you have to watch the live stream. I'm going to only give away ways to enter the competition there. That's the only place I'm going to be mentioning it. So, as usual guys, I want to thank you for watching. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Commander Plater, out.